Good evening, everyone. I'm back to do another video for us tonight. I'm really intrigued with the cards that came out. I feel the energy is very powerful, and I do feel karmic energy. So just a trigger warning here. If you're not interested in hearing about karmic energy, then you can just click off. So I'll give a second here. I'm just gonna... And I have no way to know what the message is going to be, but I wasn't 100% sure, but as soon as I connected, I could sense this energy here is karmic, okay? So they want me to separate her and put her over here because, you know, people often really get stuck on this energy or it's like an over focus of that energy. And I can understand why, because oftentimes it's triggering, but we do want to allow a bit of a space here because there's beautiful messages that they want me to focus on first, and then we'll see what happens with this energy here as we move through it. So let's clear the space there. So I was immediately pulled to this card, and because she was right beside this card, it was confusing, not confusing, but it was trying to create confusion. So I couldn't clearly channel this energy here. So that's why I think I needed a bit of a reset here. Sorry, I just want to clear this out of the way. So we want her moving and leaving and move in the right direction, and she needs to turn around and go back. So this will ensure that the energies don't get mixed up for our reading here. And as you're listening, please just try and focus on yourself and your counterpart if you're tuning in for yourself and somebody else, okay? So they want me to start with this energy here. The divine is really happy with the way that you're focusing on a new partner. I feel like this is a new love, a new energy. Even if it's somebody that you knew before and you had strong feelings for, but you had to go your separate ways for a period of time, you found, or you're finding your way back to each other right now, and that's beautiful. And you're in the proper light to be able to do this, and you're going to be able to find some success here. And even if it's closure and you know where you stand and you move on, that's still very important to do, and it's positive. I see positive outcomes here. I was preoccupied with the Temperance too, that Temperance card, and that Temperance card is standing above all the other ones, and the Justice card as well for the clarifying cards here stood out as the one on the bottom. And again, it's because we're dealing with something nefarious over here. So I picked up this as being Archangel Michael as well, in that this is a highly spiritual connection, by the way. So very often with these connections that are like this, it's often plagued with challenges and nefarious energy that would otherwise try and embed itself within this light to siphon the light, to try to overshadow. Because this is what I was getting earlier, because as I was setting up and everything, this card kind of flipped over and I heard like an overtaking and an overshadowing of this connection, of this union, this love here. Meaning she was trying to cover up stuff and make it seem like this wasn't what it was here, when in fact it is. Now, what I really like is that you're both focused on each other. Nobody's involved here is focusing back on this person, but you see how she's razor sharp focused here. And that's not a good thing. I find it's extremely unhealthy. And she's powerful. Whoever this is has a lot of energy and is like overindulging in this to the point where it's an obsession. And but because we've been successful with creating separation here, like you have very healthy boundaries. You've done a fantastic job, this couple here. at making sure that you're free and clear of this. So you've cleared your karma, and that's what's allowing you to come together. And Michael is going to fight this on your behalf. So, sorry, back to this message that I was getting. It's highly spiritual. So, oftentimes you're dealing with spiritual warfare, and that's why he's going to be traveling the timeline to deal with whatever is conjured up by this person here. And that can be with intent and thoughts. This person's very powerful, whoever this is here, like I said. That's why that Temperance card is there. But you know, your Ten of Cups is protected. And that's why it's sandwiched between Michael and the Temperance angel. To me, this represents the divine. Do you see how she has a cup in each hand? This is each one of you. And you're being protected, and you're being held here in such a way that you're safe and your union's safe. So you're both tempering things out in your lives individually right now, and the work you're doing is safeguarded as well, even though you may not be in full physical union because you haven't perhaps reached that point where you're needing to make a decision or ready to make that decision, and that's okay. Whatever stage you're at, you're okay with where you're at right now for the most part, because neither one of you is wanting to rush. There's no need to rush anything. I do feel there are some things unknown about each other and that you haven't disclosed everything. It feels to me like it's a new kind of connection where you've newly come together. If you met each other for the first time, it's new. So, you know, it takes time, and you're not always wanting to jump into heavy duty stuff, especially if it has to do with karmics from the past, you know, past relationships and things like that. Like, I feel like this is a karmic ex, and I know she's showing up as the Queen of Swords, but you might each have multiple people like this, like some on his side, some on your side. And but this, maybe that's why it feels so strong. Maybe there's more than one. Like, she thinks she's in the driver's seat, but she's not. She thinks she's bigger because you see how her energy looks really big compared to the two of you. And she thinks that she can destroy this, overpower, like I said, overshadow. I keep hearing that. I feel it's more on his side because I feel this is sort of like a past energy for her. Do you see how this masculine looks like a ghost here? And at one time, he was very much focused on her, but he's not anymore. That's why it looks ghost-like here. This is interesting, this little Lover's card here. And it's left her in a really bad place, a bad state. She doesn't like that. She's very upset by it, actually. She doesn't understand. She's confused, and she's trying to justify it in her mind, like this big ego here. And she never thought in a million years that he would move away from her. And so she's trying to figure it out. Like, huge ego. Like, meaning, you know, all these lies, like, she must have done something. Like, what did she do? Like, I'm hearing very sexual things, like, she must have done this and that and the other thing to get his attention away from me. Because I'm getting this was very sexual too, this person here. Mostly I'm picking that sexual stuff through this card here, which is a past energy. So, and I was channeling this message as I was pulling the cards. It's reminding me now that, because I feel this is past energy, and I think for a while he was distracted with the burden of letting this go here. And I feel like it's a work partner, or it's related to work, or something that failed in this relationship because she wasn't like a collaborator. She wasn't willing to work with him to sort things out. It was a huge burden financially, and he felt small. No gesture was good enough for her. Do you see how small this card is compared to this card? And she put herself on a pedestal. She would talk herself up to be this like very grandiose and very egotistical. It could be bordering like narcissistic type traits. But justice prevailed here. And the minute he took his power back and stepped away, balanced the scales instantly. All he needed to do is believe in himself, because I feel like he did this separate and apart from you. You had nothing to do with this. You have probably no knowledge yet that any of this has happened. This is an ex, like I said. I don't think you've talked about this yet because you're just kind of enjoying the love and the rekindling or the passion because it's new. It's very passionate here. Very, very much, very into each other. Very deep and passionate. Very balanced. Yeah, you're at the very beginning stage here, is what I sense. And he feels bad. I'm getting this message that he wasted time here, a lot of time over here. She was a master manipulator, conjured up all sorts of things to keep him hopping and back and forth like ping pong. I'm seeing like a yo-yo as well, up and down. Lots and lots and lots of burdens. He's thought long and hard about this. Like he didn't make this decision easily in terms of like overnight on the fly. It was a painful separation that took a very long time. And there might have been a lot of in and out, but it feels very severed to me. Like he's very sure of himself and he's not coming back over here. He's razor sharp focused on you. You think alike. You have so much in common. Oh my God. And he likes when you touch him. I'm getting a lot of passionate energy from this. Loves your hair. Especially when it's down. Like he loves everything about you and he loves how you do your hair. And I sense like I'm seeing it up in a ponytail and kind of up in a bun, but when you have it all down, it just like makes them go places. So I'm also feeling like Michael's working with him to help empower him, to help him become a very beautiful, strong, confident person. If he struggled with confidence because of the issues here, like this person feel like very abusive verbally as well, very toxic Queen of Swords here, a liar as well. She's trying to create lies about what happened in the past. We're just gonna create again a space there. And he's ready to clear the air with you. Like he's a little bit worried too because he's not sure if you've heard anything or if anything would have made its way back to you. I don't get that you guys know each other. Like you have your back turned. You're not focused on this at all. You might have heard something. Maybe you did. Maybe you just chose to say, well, you know, I'm not concerned about that. I'll wait to hear it directly from the horse's mouth here. Which is good. We're going to amplify the protection here. Okay. Just know that we're going to shush her up. Oh, there she is again. Look at that. Yeah, she's playing victim, and he's saying, and he knows that she can stand on her own 2 feet by herself. He doesn't need to do anything else to help her. You know, her time's done. When it's done, it's done. And do you see? She was hanging on for dear life. Okay. Use the kids if it was family related. Yeah, you see that? Yeah. Meaning, we have to do this for the kids' sake. You know, what will the kids think? And oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm just around and around, around and around. But it was destroyed. Yeah, that's what took so long. That's why it was dragging and dragging. But you came along and you changed everything. You gave a different perspective without knowing it. I feel bad here for you because I don't feel like you know any of this, and you weren't involved with him at the time that this peaked and at the time that all this hit, and he stepped away. And it's a good thing, because she would have manipulated it to be like all you, and she's still sort of trying to do that, but you weren't around, so there's no way that that'll stick. She's just vindictive and very toxic. You're solid, so the gifts that you bestowed really assisted in showing this person that there are loving people out there that are put together, that are comfortable within their own skin, and can stand on their own 2 feet and show love in a way that's healthy. So you should be very proud, because he's enamored by you. He loves you. And see your strength here. And courage, I'm hearing. Your resolve to forgive. And I feel like there might be a history here with you. I feel this might be a long lost love, like you were together maybe for a short time and then you went on your separate ways, and nothing for like, not for anything majorly bad. It's just for whatever reason, maybe you were too young, or it wasn't the right time. Because this feels mature now though. But he's impressed by your strength and your courage to have gotten through life on your own the way that you did. This person can't function alone. She plays victim a lot. And so, you know, I feel like he feels this for you. Like he sort of feels bad that you don't know about this. I don't think he's wanting to share this right now, because I don't think he wants to scare you off or turn you off or put you off, because I feel like you're not a dramatic person like this, where you don't have, what I'm trying to say is you don't have drama like this in your life. Like you don't engage with people like this. So it's, and I don't feel he does either. It's that this person created fights where there was no reason to fight. It was just, this is how she functions. Chaos, conflict. But justice will prevail. Yeah. So this angel is positioning herself here. She wants to protect your back, because I feel like this person is trying to make things seem like it's not, to create problems here. And I don't think you're aware, Divine Feminine. Okay. It's very sad. But what's going to happen is the energy is going to flip, because Archangel Michael's coming in to deal with this. So again, we're going to put him there. And he's traveled the realms, and he's going to go where he needs to go to deal with whatever's going on here and everywhere. Okay, so your timeline will be protected. Don't worry. And she's going to rise to the occasion as well. So there's a lot of help being dispatched to make sure that you guys are okay. And you see the moon here. And if you've chosen to kind of do things in private right now, that's probably a good thing. And just give the energies time to deal with this nefarious energy here. But your Ten of Cups is protected. The Divine's going to make sure that it's safe, okay? And, oh yeah, look, the Devil. But you overcame it, okay? It has no power. Actually, I saw it step back. So it's interesting. That doesn't happen all the time. It does happen. It has happened in my life in the past, but I just saw it bow to me and step back. That's a sign of respect. And even nefarious energy, I've experienced that before. Not all the time. The higher ranking ones will do that. In the presence sometimes of divine energy that's like this, that's innocent, that's strong. Okay. Sorry, this is an advanced nefarious being, and it knows that it won't win. So, the smart ones aren't going to go fight a fight that they know they're going to lose. They're not going to waste their time and energy. So if this person conjured this thing up, it's been checked, and maybe the reason I needed sorry, it's coming in quick. So it's like almost, I'm stuttering over my words. The reason that I probably was called to do this reading is to block this energy from coming in to cause problems, okay? And that's what I do. I do that as mission work, and I'm able to manage energy like that. And I faced it in all different ways at different times in my life. So both my ears are ringing, so that's a clearing, and then that's a balance. So I feel like I don't want to channel that energy, because I really don't like to do that, because it creates cords and I don't want to give it any attention, but certainly very quickly. But this is going to be dealt with here. Okay. I don't feel like this is on the up and up. It's getting darker and darker, and I don't want to deal with it, but this is a practitioner as well. This person's not working alone, unfortunately. And that's probably why I picked up it felt so strong, stronger than what it normally feels like it should be for one person. Like it didn't feel normal too, is what I'm saying. And for YouTube, like obviously, this for entertainment purposes only, I want to say that. And this is never to instill fear or cause fear for anybody. Just know that obviously the main message here, and the most important message, is that you're protected. Your guides are here to make sure that you're safe. And your light is so bright that, this isn't even going to touch you. Nothing will happen. It's more to put this energy on notice. So this card kind of slid down. And so this is why the wish that this be slowed down, that this stop altogether, it's being pushed down. And Michael kind of came right over top here earlier, and he was successful in pushing it down. So that's fantastic. That's really, really good. So I'm hearing that she's going to be, and I heard this earlier as well, that it's a clearing, right? So I think she's going to have some clarity in terms of what she needs to do to be able to focus on her own life, to be able to move on. So there'll be some assistance in clearing out this Eight of Swords here, okay? Especially if there's children involved. They will have their angels and guardians as well that will work very diligently to protect them. Yeah, do you see the truth? Look. It's coming in swiftly. I feel like it might be happening right now. But he's willing to speak the truth, where he was sort of neutralized before, or felt like he was stuck, but he's not going to feel that way anymore, because he feels like the kids have a right to know. So if he was telling the kids the truth because he didn't want to hurt them, because he didn't want to really bring light to what this person was really about or was really like he might be forced to tell the truth more than he would have wanted, because that's how you neutralize things like this, is bringing the truth to the light. Okay, because this is a failed union, and there was needing to be a shift with the dynamics within that family unit. Yeah, he's not gonna hide it anymore. He didn't see clearly in the past, but he sees clearly now. You're the High Priestess. You're not showing up here as the High Priestess, but I'm picking up your energy here. And he is learning what a sacred, beautiful feminine truly is supposed to embody in the way it's supposed to look like and feel like. Okay, and this is you. And he's mesmerized by you. Yeah, the World card. Yeah. You've given this man hope for a new outlook on life. That there's good people out there and you have beautiful gifts and you have access to things that he knows that you have access to, and you treat it properly, and you're very humble and quiet, and you don't portray it in a way that is grandiose. Like this one here, it's all about fame and money, and I think she tried to kind of present herself to be something like this, but she wasn't. She was dabbling with dark things. There's Michael again. With this deck, I feel like that's him. And this is truly divine masculine as well. And he's balanced. And there is nobody here. Five of Swords typically to me is like a battle that's been won. Could be challenges, but I don't pick up that at all here in this card. And do you see how he's alone and the two swords are down? The fight's over, meaning this person's not fighting with this person anymore. I don't even feel like there's contact. Even if she's trying, he's like blocked her. He's like, leave me alone. It's more concern now for the future moving forward, keeping himself safe and secure and making sure that if there's a bit of a mess here, that it's cleaned up with relation to children, okay? Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. That's a balancing of finances. And you will help to do that. If you come into union in any capacity, and if you join your finances, it'll be fully successful and fully manifested in the physical. It's not this hasn't shown itself yet, meaning this is not something that's been manifested yet, but you've manifested it already spiritually. You just haven't pulled it into the physical, because right now you've come together, you're talking, and maybe the reason there's a bit of a pause, maybe the reason there was a bit of a pause or things have slowed down or are going a bit slow is because this needs to be cleaned up first. Otherwise, I think it would have caused issues. And the divine won't allow that. For these types of unions, that won't happen. You'll be okay, don't worry. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Oh. So just know that right now, this is how he's feeling. He's really stressed out. But he's willing to stand up for you, for this union, for himself. He's holding two wands there in his hands. There's one that's leaning up in the shoulder, in his arm here, but I feel like that's a past energy, and he's letting that go. And these are the two main ones he's focused on, and I feel like it's this union here. And he's not talking to you about the stress and the worry that this has caused him. But I feel like he will. And I feel like he's praying right now for strength and courage to really let go of the fear that this will continue, or the fear that she's going to do something. There might have been some abuse here. Hi, Misty. Hi, darling. She just came in. Yeah. Hi, darling. I heard trauma, yeah. No, Misty, no, don't jump up here. Down, baby, thank you. Usually I let her, but there's too many cards here. And we're not done channeling the message, so. Yeah. He's ready to stand up and fight, though. That's why I pulled up the Ten of Pentacles. So maybe if there's some unresolved financial issues, he's going to be willing to finalize those things now. to alleviate any potential leftover residual stress here. But with you by his side, you've provided, like I said, like hope here in a big way. No, Misty. No, back up, honey. So the world is also mixed energy of the future here for you guys, because it's the end of the old and this is the new beginning here in the center. So I'm seeing the Traveler's Oracle, and that's been very powerful this week with my readings. And I'm going to go get that deck and some black tourmaline as well, a card that surfaced there a few hours ago. And now that I'm channeling this energy, I know why. And Misty's on my lap here. Say hi, Misty. Hi, baby. All right, I'll be right back, everyone. 1 second. Hi there, I'm back. So you see that black tourmaline, the Master Protector. I am invincible. So I'm just going to read the qualities, the physical qualities. Forms powerful auric shield to banish all negativity from the subtle and physical bodies, brings powerful and immediate grounding, ceases anxiety, related illnesses, boosts metabolism, and supports organ health. Helps create a deeper connection with one's sense of self, calms anxiety, provides emotional protection from abusive relationships. Look at that. Banishes dark feelings, brings self-confidence, banishes negative thoughts and outside influences, protects against psychic attack. Wow, isn't that on point? So, okay, thank you so much. So we're just gonna shield everything here, like I'm just going to create a shield between that energy from earlier and make sure that there's no way for that energy to come through. Okay. Some smoky quartz here. Okay. So the first card that came out was Traveling Lightly, Simplify Your Life. So as I touched that card, again, I heard you brought hope and light and sunlight and love and care and nurturance. So you're modeling, and all you needed to do is to be yourself. But it was very important and powerful for this masculine who unfortunately suffered the complete opposite at the hands of this person here. And he knows that he needs to simplify his life. And I'm seeing like a hot air balloon going up, and like him throwing things overboard to lighten the load, so then the balloon is lighter and can go up higher. So he's already done that. You see this trash can? He's already gotten rid of everything, and he knows he needs to he knows where he wants to go now, and it's really bright and it's beautiful. And if there's a few other things that he needs to go and clean up, he knows what to do. And if he doesn't, he will get the message very clearly very soon. This is like imminent energy, or you're in it right now, or you're almost done. So then the three other cards: Answering the Call, The Time Is Now, Faraway Places, Get Ready for New Horizons, and Uncovering Treasure, Beneath the Surface Lies Great Bounty. This is the union, but this has already come through. He sees this as a treasure, an unexpected treasure. And every day he learns something new about this love. You make him feel something different. Something new comes through. Something like a new fluttering feeling in his heart. A sparkle in his eye. His mind is more clear. It's like literally you're pushing the darkness away. You're clearing his fields. You're breaking the curse, if there's been curses and black magic and all that stuff. If there's demonic energy that was surrounding him because of this energy here, your presence, the light is so bright. It's like Yeshua, like his light's like that, I find. He just needs to be there, and it pushes and blasts everything out of the way. Both my ears just rang there. That's a big confirmation. Yes, you're on the right track. Keep going. So the light that you embody naturally push the things away from him. So that makes sense to me, because that energy would cause confusion. Okay, so if that energy is further and further away, that's why he's having more clarity. So let's just say you gave him a gift. or there's a picture of you and he looks at it, he'll see different things or probably connect to you even by looking at the picture, and in a way that is different each time. And each time moving forward, the more he does that, the more light he brings in and the more it pushes away the darkness. So that's fantastic. That's the lightening of the load as well. It's also like an auric clearing. So the dragon energy is here too, and that's really powerful energy, and that energy will set in as well to assist. And it's mostly timeline. I'm hearing warping, but that's where they travel timeline and kind of maneuver their way through to do all these clearings and to protect things and to prepare things. That's coming. So when you arrive, everything's in order, okay? This is what's available to divine couples like this. Get ready for new horizons. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I feel like you guys are going to go on a trip and maybe have a really lovely time, and maybe he'll start to tell you about some of these things, I don't know. But if he has suffered trauma, it'll take time, because he'll have to learn how to trust again, and that's not easy to do. And this has nothing to do with you, viewer. This is all, like, unfortunately within them, and just by you being you're going to help. But I don't want to confuse the message that it's your responsibility to do anything. Like, it's no one's job to fix anyone else, okay? This is what he experienced or the other person experienced, so it's their responsibility to heal. It's not that you can't be there for them and help them, but just be really careful. Allow them to do their work. Trust your intuition and allow them space to do that, and help them. Be careful, be cautious, and maybe do some research or do some reading on what you can do to help somebody who's suffered something like this. I'm sure there's some tips out there that can assist you, okay, with helping this person feel a bit more comfortable if it's someone that you're considering entering a relationship with, okay? Because I do feel there's a lot of really positive attributes here, and there's lots of things that mesh really, really well. I just feel like this is very, very heavy here, and unfortunately, I feel like it did cause some damage. But I feel like he's turned over a new leaf, and he is really strong, because otherwise he wouldn't have been able to set the boundary, and he wouldn't have been able to separate from this person. I heard enough's enough, and that's great. And answering the call, you see, he left. It's like, that's it, I'm out of here. Moving on. And I love this because this is at the bottom of the deck, and I placed it right above here. So I'm really happy because a fresh new way of living emerges. What that means is you no longer have to worry about this energy, viewer and the counterpart, okay? That this is going to be dealt with, and all the darkness that's been involved or still perhaps in the auric field of this other person here, the person you're interested in that suffered this, that energy is being transmuted through the element of fire and the light, okay, and all the gifts that are being bestowed by these beings and the crystals and everything and your love and all the things. So that's what this period of transmutation is. Okay, and you're rising, you're gonna, like the phoenix rising. I'm speaking of you here, okay, this person here. And if you're standing with them, you're gonna benefit from that as well, okay? You'll be gifted. And the blessing is probably this union here. But it'll be anew for him. This is going to be something new that he's never experienced before. And you probably came into his life at the exact right time to help him get on the right track. And this isn't something you would have needed to talk about, because that was not the point. And I think it was unexpected for him. This was not planned at all. I think he's been secretly living a nightmare here for a very long time. I bet your family and friends don't really know the extent to what this was like for him. And for men, often it's there's stigma attached to that, and they don't talk about it because there's shame and there's all sorts of pressures, and I can't even imagine, you know. But I do feel over time he'll tell you, because he does trust you. And he wants to free himself of the burden of it within him. Like, I feel like he needs to release it. And he will. He will. And I'm getting, there's actually people that, there's quite a big entourage with her. And I do feel there are some really good people in her life. It's just she's not listening to them. And I'm not getting that they're going to give up. I think they do see the toxicity here and the problems and everything. And she's quite older, you know. I'm not channeling this as a young couple per se. But certainly that this isn't the first time. This isn't her first rodeo. And they're seeing a repeated pattern here. And I think some people are really trying to help her. You know, meaning they don't agree with what happened here. They might not know all the things, but certainly they're onto her, and they know that a lot of the stuff she spews isn't always accurate. Meaning they're not stupid, okay? And they know she's not well. There's an imbalance here. Very, very driven by money. So, let's see, one more. Distant thunder, clear the air. Look at that. That's her. Because there's distance, and this is the tower that's over, and she's still looking back. What the heck happened here? Because I'm not sure she's used to people standing up for themselves and having the boundary and saying no and being completely, like, severing ties completely with them and saying, you know, I'm done. Because I feel like this person still sort of was connected in some way, meaning she still felt like she had control over him. And maybe thought she always would, you know? And it was a shock when he said no more. Oh, look, he left. He left. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. That's what he decided to do. And it's been a dark path, and he's done it quietly. Doesn't want people to know his business. I don't blame him. Crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Yep. I feel like he's going to tell you. I think he's ready, and maybe that's why he's going to take you somewhere. You're going to spend more time together than you normally do over a couple days, maybe 2-3 days, maybe more 2-3 days over a week, like over an extended period, like a week, not just full back-to-back days in a weekend. But however you do it, it'll be very informative and very helpful and very healing. Okay? You'll be okay. Healthy magician. He wants his life to be joyous, and the celebration, he wants them to be fun. He doesn't want it to be toxic and scary and fighting and all that stuff. He wants to enjoy his life now. All right, we're going to protect that. Yeah. Any nefarious energy is not going to work. Okay. Judgment's in motion here. That chariot's moving, and they're going to go deal with all the things that are otherwise needing to be cleared here and dealt with. Okay, this energy has no chance. All right. So I hope this was helpful, and just be rest assured, viewer, that you're fine. Everything will be okay. Nothing can touch these energies. Dragon energy, Michael, Temperance, no, absolutely not. And the fact that other energy bowed like that and stepped back, that's a sure sign to me that that this energy knows that it's done. And they're moving on to other things, okay? So, but nothing to do with you. So on that note, I bid you farewell, and, surround yourself with high vibrational things, And, you know, it wouldn't hurt to say a prayer to Archangel Michael if you resonate with that, or any other beautiful energy that you find soothing and helpful, to bring in peace and love and nurturance and protection, okay? On that note, take care, everyone. Sending you love and light.